that's a concept, isn't it? The will. You can't say, well, my will is in my knee. My will is in my elbow. I mean, where's the will? Where is it? Where is the will? Is that, I don't have the heart for it. I don't have the stomach for it. We have these expressions we use. Where's the will? Where's it located? And is it in the brain? Where is the will? It's an energy force or something within us, isn't it? I don't know. I don't think I've asked myself to describe the will before. You know, what is it really? It's a kind of urging, isn't it? An urging towards expression, if you will, that sort of thing.
We're always creating something. And so oftentimes people are seeking to create something via the law of attraction or this type of thing. And sometimes their one thing is an immature one thing. It's something that they've inherited from the culture in which they live and not really coming from their soul faculty. And so they want something, they get it, doesn't bring about a long-lasting happiness. It just brings about something else that they have to manage or take care of. Whereas there's a longing within us that wants to express. And if we ask the right questions and cultivate the ability to have a real authentic vision, we're literally pulled into not getting stuff. We're pulled into being ourself, which then brings about the added things. It brings about legitimate needs being answered and given.
Energy is measured along a continuum. That's like a probability curve. I said, well, tell me about the probability curve. And this comes from having spent a week in a monastery with 150 physicists who I would drill about this all the time. So we go for long walks. So you may not see this written exactly like this, but this is what they all basically said. This probability curve goes between certainty at one end of the curve and uncertainty at the other end of the curve. And the curve moves between the two. So energy can manifest itself as an actuality, and I call that a peak of certainty. It can be a little lower down than a peak into what I call a plateau of probability. That's where things are more likely to happen, but they aren't happening quite yet. Like I'm hungry, but I don't know where I'm going to eat. Or they can be down in what I call a plane of possibility. So these are all ways of putting words to what the physicists tell us is energy. Energy is the capacity to do stuff that moves along a continuum that we can call a probability curve that moves between the open plane of possibility with uncertainty, the plateau of probability as you move towards certainty, and certainty like, let's go for Italian food.
It's the energy patterns that come off of the law of attraction, which really is no more romantic than the law of gravity. It really doesn't really care if we believe in it or not. It's still working. It means when I am in the process of living this reality, what I am so sure is real, right? I am pulling things to me from that assumption. It's like that whole creative whirlwind that I call Gloria is calling to her from a vast, endless possibilities, thousands of things all the time. Well, if I change the dynamics of that inside myself, suddenly I'm calling to myself other things.
There's a difference between creativity and creation. Everyone is in the frequency of creation. You have a thought, it's creating something, either a chemical moving through the body temple that's toxic or tonic, a perception that becomes a filter by which you view life. We're all creating something. But creativity is different. Creativity is being available to the template of beauty and of love and of order and harmony, and in our own unique way expressing that, which I believe that's why we're here. You know, we're not to walk lockstep and to just following the overculture's musings of materialism. We have creative juice within us. There's something within us that we're to express. in our gifted area. So everyone is to be an artist of their own soul and to bring that forward.
And remember that our thoughts are things. Thoughts have energy, thoughts have life, and you are a complete makeup of all the thoughts you've ever had, all the experiences that you ever expressed. You are, this is it, a sum total. So we as a soul, the mind is part of the soul. What is the mind? An opening, an energetic space. I kind of think of the mind like a sea of thoughts.
Sometimes we just don't have explanations. We just discount a whole level of thinking and go, it doesn't make any sense. And that's as far as people go. That's all the justification they need. I don't believe it. And that's the end of the story for them. And so that's fine. They don't believe it. And then there's a whole lot of us that go, oh, but I do believe it. And here's all the ways my life shows that to be true.